call. We are doing our first webinar in this series from how to promote from whatever level you are to the next level. So right now the call is going to be for all of our EMDs, and we're going to talk about how to get to SEMD in 2 weeks. And I am recording this. It's our first trial run, so I have no idea if this is going to be the 30 minutes that I promised or longer, so we're going to test it out, and we're going to also run this again next week. I'm thinking I'm going to do it again on Monday. So if for some reason you have people that weren't able to get on, they can listen to the recording or listen live on Monday when we run it again. So for those of you that don't know who I am Anna Broom, and I am the upline leader somewhere in your lineage. And I have Andrea Bowman on the call with me to help if you guys want to pop questions into the question field. She'll be able to let me know if those come in and answer them. And hopefully we'll have a few minutes at the end where you can answer, or I can answer some of your questions as well. I swear, every time I do a webinar, this thing pops up. I have like some serious computer things going on. Okay, I am going to start off with the first thing is to ask you all if you will give me permission to hold you accountable. So one of the things that led me to doing these calls was I'm talking to all of these longevity leaders, and they're talking about how they're just SEMDs popping out left and right in their organizations, and people are getting to SEMD in a day or a week, just really going gangbusters. And we've been looking at our numbers and hearing you all talking, and what we've realized is I think that I've done a terrible job overwhelming our entire organization, and I would love to clear that up now and teach you guys how to do the things that are simple that the rest of longevity has been doing since the beginning, following a simple system and not trying to know every single detail of every piece of every plan, and hold you accountable to do those simple things. So a little bit of tough love. If you're not ready to be accountable for the actions on these calls, then I'm going to give you permission to hop off the call, because we really, really want to get you there, but you have to be willing to do the things in order to get there too. And if you haven't noticed, I'm not very good at tough love, so that was about as tough as I get in that one sentence there. Okay, moving on then. So again, we are going to teach you simple steps to get to SEMD quickly. And the agenda for today is that we want you to understand, some of you have got to EMD and you don't even know what that means or how you got there. And some of you, did it so fast that you don't really know exactly what you did. So I want you to understand where you are right now, and I want you to know where you want to be and what it means to be an SEMD. And then I want you to understand what it takes to get where you want to go. And then we're going to map out some action steps for you to achieve that goal and set deadlines, because I'm a firm believer in when you have a goal, you need a deadline to execute those action steps. So we're going to start off just by re-explaining what an EMD is. An EMD is an executive marketing director, and to be an executive marketing director, you have to have $200 in personal qualifying volume. You need to have $1,000 in your group volume in your levels 1, 2, and 3. And you need to have in your level 1 of your team at least 3 independent marketing directors. And an independent marketing director, or an IMD, is somebody in your first level that has $100 in personal qualifying volume. That doesn't mean they have a $100 auto ship. It just means that they have $100 that they have purchased in a single month. So you're an IMD with $100 in orders, and it can be split in any way that they want. So that's what gets you to that rank. Now, at this rank, this is how you're paid. You are paid, and this is on top of all the bonuses. I'm not going to talk at all about bonuses on this call, because the bonuses are available for all levels. This is just in addition to your bonuses, in addition to the quick start, in addition to the fast start. This is what you get when you're an EMD. You're getting 8% of all of your first and second level bonus value. You're getting 7% on your third level, 6% on your fourth and fifth level, and up to $35 in a coding bonus if you're CEO qualified on every new CEO that comes into your organization all the way down. So that's what you receive at an EMD. So now moving on to what you get as an SEMD. And an SEMD is a Senior Executive Marketing Director. And to be at that level, you have to have $250 in personal qualifying volume. You have to have $5,400 in group volume, and that's in your levels 1 through 3. And you need 3 regional marketing directors in your level 1. To be a regional marketing director, those individuals need to have $150 in personal qualifying volume, plus they need to have 3 junior independent marketing directors on their first level. And to be a junior independent marketing director, they have to have at least $50 in personal qualifying volume. And again, these numbers, the 250, the 150, and the 50, have nothing to do with auto ships or gold clubs. It's just you can buy anything you want to get to that level. You can get the double deals on Wednesdays. You can use your auto ship. You can use your clubs. Any way, shape, or form that you can get to the 250, the 150, and the 50, that is your personal qualifying volume. And when you reach to the SEMD, this is what your money is going to be on top of those bonuses. So on top of the quick start, fast start, this is in addition to those things. You're getting 8% on your first and second levels, 7% on your third, 6% on your fourth and fifth, but then you bump up and get 8% on your sixth. And the most important one is this 2% to infinity. 2% doesn't sound like much, but your lower levels are going to be so much bigger in volume than your higher levels that that 2% becomes a super significant portion of your paycheck. Then this $100, up to $100 in your coding bonuses, if you're CEO qualified, and every person in your entire downline that joins as a CEO, you can receive up to $100. That's a pretty significant jump. This, another huge bonus getting into SEMD level, a $300 car bonus every month when you're a CEO and you have 12 people that you have enrolled that are an IMD. 12 people that you could have placed in another line. It doesn't matter if they're in your first line, but you have personally enrolled them. So that's $300 added to your paycheck every single month. So don't leave the money sitting on the table. Some of you are so close to getting to SEMD. You could be getting $65 more per CEO, a $300 car bonus, in all of this extra money on your residual income from your downline by reaching this SEMD level. So you guys, I'm sure, are going to want to know how you can get there. So how are you going to move from EMD to SEMD? So what I did is I broke it down into the 3 steps. So that's all it is 3 things. You need to have more personal qualifying volume. You need to take your 3 IMDs that you have already to be an EMD and get them moved up to the regional marketing director level. And then you need to increase group volume. Now, some of you might already have this and this in place, and you just need to increase your group volume. Some of you might have the group volume, but you're missing an RMD. Some of you actually have both of these and just didn't realize that if you put in your own personal volume that you can bump up. So we want to make sure that you have all 3 of these legs in place. So action steps, write these down. These are the 3 things that you're going to do from this call, the 3 things we're going to hold you accountable for. You're going to first get your personal purchase requirement up to $250. And that one, super easy. You control it. You can do it yourself right now. And I'm going to do the next couple slides are how you can do that. The second thing is going to be to help those IMDs become RMDs. And the third thing is going to be to increase that group volume. So let's talk a little bit about how to get your personal qualifying volume up. Again, you totally control this, but I do realize that some of you, it might be a stretch to find another $50. You're already stretching to get to the $200. So we're going to talk on the next slides a little bit more about how you can do this, but I just want to make sure that all of you at this level, you have a monthly auto ship going. You have a gold club. Maybe you're in the aroma club. You have your healthy body pack. You have something that you're getting in an auto ship. It's really important to have that in there and early in the month, because that is going to be the bar that you're setting so that the rest of the month you know where how much money you need to get to the next level. If you don't have your own personal purchase requirement in there, nothing sets on your bonus qualifications report. So you'll never be able to see how close you are because it doesn't even take into account the rest of the stuff, because that is like the lowest marker. You have to have that 250 in order to be able to track the rest of the information. So maybe there's a product you want to try this month. I just saw that the Go Food bars just came available. Those are a popular thing that a lot of people want to try. Maybe there's a product that you could buy and resell, and that's what I want to focus on this call, is that I don't want you all spending more money unless it's something that you were going to use anyways, but I want you to realize that you can buy and resell products. And then, think about all of the holidays coming up. There's birthdays, there's weddings, there's graduations, there's Father's Day. Is there something that you can purchase for that extra $50 that you can use as a gift? So think about those things, and now we're going to talk about, oh shoot, the slides went out of order. Oh, well, that's good that we're doing this call again. So I'll have to remember to go back and edit these in. Okay, so how can I earn the $50 in personal qualifying volume? You can, and this is something I want you to realize, you can call your customers and you can share the new Our Memories for Life product line with them. And maybe they need a cover set and some pages. You can sell those to them for wholesale pricing. You don't have to, you can take the order, you can take the money, and you can purchase it for them, and you can give it to them. And one of the things that you could do is you could tell them that you're going to give them the wholesale price and explain to them that they can always get the wholesale price if they become a distributor. But you want to set up an appointment to talk to them about what it means to be a distributor. That's not a 2-minute conversation. But it is a 5-minute conversation if they're a past customer of yours that needs a cover set and a set of pages. So you can get a quick sale and throw in a pen and you're at the $50 just about in your personal qualifying volume. So you can get yourself to that $250 level, sell this to them. They know they just got the wholesale pricing, and tell them you're going to set an appointment with them next week to explain to them how they can pay the $10 and become a distributor themselves. So I hope that makes some sense to you, that this is one way that you can earn the $50. Another thing that you can do is, all of us know friends that are in direct sales. I mean, we have people that sell Tupperware or Tastefully Simple or Pampered Chef or all of those different companies. We have some pretty awesome business cards for a pretty reasonable price. And you have the ability through Studio to custom design those cards for them. You can use the amazing template gallery out there and grab something that's 98% done and just do a little quick tweak to it here or there. Add something personalized for them, their picture, maybe a photo of a product, whatever it is, and offer those up to them for like $15. They cost $7, 7 points actually. So you're making a little bit of extra profit. You sell 4 sets of those to somebody or to multiple people, and you are getting $60 paid to you. You can take that $60 then and order something that you want to try from the Young Deputy catalog and get your 50 PQB in. Then here's one more idea for you to get that extra 50 PQB, is to think about all the Father's Day gifts. Call your customers and share some of these products. Do you know a dad that's athletic? Those Rebound stick packs, the Rebound product is a really, really great thing. It's a replacement for Gatorades and some of those other Powerade, those types of sports drinks. There's something that you could give to maybe your own dad, maybe your husband, your brother-in-law, your brother, somebody as a fun gift for the athlete. A dad that likes coffee, the Java Fit coffee, 2 bags are $16 in personal qualifying volume. So if you have a couple people that you know that like coffee, there's a couple things that you can give out there. So again, you can collect this money and order the products for these people that might want to use these. You can pair up a mug in Studio with the coffee and offer the wholesale pricing with an appointment to teach them how they can get it themselves. So those are a couple ideas. I have to go backwards now to that other slide, so I apologize. A couple ideas for how you can order and get to that extra $50 in your own personal qualifying volume. So that is action step number 1. The second thing is to help your 3 independent marketing directors get to regional marketing director. So step 1 in that is asking them if they're interested in making the commitment, because they might not be. And if they're not interested, you're going to need to find somebody else to be in your first level that is interested in becoming a regional marketing director. So you need 3 solid people in your first line that are interested in building a team. And again, if not, then you're going to need to reach out and find some new people. And hopefully, if you've made it to executive marketing director, you know how to do that part of the business, and you can reach out and find some new customers. The second thing is to map out where each of those people are currently. Do they have anybody on your team? You could have an IMD that has 4 or 5 or 6 people on their team, and if they haven't placed their personal qualifying volume, or if they have those people as $10 consultants on their team, they might be really, really close to promoting to RMD. So I'm going to show you the chart in a second that you're going to use for each RMD. You're going to print one of those out. The other thing is to get them on the webinar that I'm doing on Friday to move them from an independent marketing director to an RMD in a week. And then you're going to schedule a one-on-one call with each one of them to go over their plan of action so that they can get there. So now I have to jump back ahead. Sorry about that. Okay, here is the chart. And if you haven't seen this, it's out on the website to print. You can use this for yourself and then use it for them as well. Print one out for you and then print one out for each of them, because in order for you to be a SEMD, you need to have each one of them at RMD. And like I said, many of the girls on your team probably have more than 3 people under them. They're either just not positioned right, they don't have their $50, they didn't pay their $10. Some of them, when you look at who's on their team, you're going to see that they can have 3 customers right now, preferred customers that have $50 or more orders in, where if you just maybe had a simple phone call with those people saying, hey, did you know if you paid $10, that not only would you be able to get the discount, but you then can earn a little bit of money too. So you need to really look at that team with your people and write the names down in here and figure out if they're all customers, if they're distributors, and if they have that $50 in or not. The other thing that I want to talk about is something that I think that we haven't been teaching really well from the beginning. You know, and this is completely on me. I was teaching everybody to come in at $10 or come in and buy your $50 Silver Club and build up to getting to $150. But I've really, in talking to the longevity folks, they really teach to the 150 PQV at sign up. This is something that they really, really focus on and why they build their team so quickly. So when people are introduced to the business, the first thing they discuss is obviously joining as a CEO if they want to be a business builder and setting up their $150 auto ship for the following month. But if they say, no, I'm not really interested in being a business builder, I just want to do this for my own discount, and maybe, you know, yeah, I guess if I make a little bit of extra money, that wouldn't be such a bad thing. Well, then when they place the $10, that's when we're going to talk to them about putting in a $150 order, because they are in a position right then to get to RMD in a day. So what we're seeing happening is a lot of the girls are saying, I'm just going to pay the $10 and I'm going to see if anybody wants to join. And they get 3, 4, 5, 6 people that join for $10 with them. But they're not making any money because, one, they don't have their personal purchase requirement in, and they haven't taught the people that joined under them to have a personal purchase requirement in. So everybody could be making a little bit of money just with that one simple step. And again, the $150, go talk to some people, sell them a cover set, sell them some Father's Day gifts, sell them some healthy body packs, some oils. There's tons of things that you could be selling and using to fund your personal purchase requirement if you don't have that $150 for yourself. So we're not asking you to go spend money out of your pocket. You can sell these products. I mean, every one of us that was a leader in our previous jobs were able to sell $150 in a month. That should be like a no-brainer for a lot of these people. So focus on having them join for the $10 and getting that $150 order in, and then setting up their auto ship for next month so that they're set for next month. That's the key, is to have everybody set in either a Gold Club or a auto ship of Our Memories for Life products or an auto ship of Healthy Body Pack, Aroma Club. There's a million things they can put in that auto ship, but that thing is the key to it all, because if you forget to order, the whole thing crumbles. And that's where I think right now people are all over the place and just don't know what to do. The simple system is just get that auto ship in, and you're going to get the products you need. And if you don't have the money to pay for it yourself, or you don't want the products yourself, just sell them to people. And then the final thing is, if they don't want to be a CEO and they don't want to do the auto ship, just having them join and getting that $150 order in of a sampling of different things is one of those 3 ways is how we should be teaching people to join our teams that want to even make $50 a month. I mean, this is how they can do that. So Keith Halls gave me this little example, and like it just clicked with me that if you bring 3 people on your team and you teach them to bring 3 people onto their teams, and those 3 bring 3 people onto their teams, you can have an organization with 39 people that are all on $150 auto ships, and you should be a pretty solid SEMD with $5,850 in group volume. We have some of you on the call that have 60, 70, 80 people on your team. So I know that you can do this. You absolutely can do this. Okay, the final piece in the puzzle, personal volume, getting those girls up to RMDs, or not just girls, I guess boys too, if your husbands or if you have guys on your team, getting them up to RMDs, and then increasing your group volume. And I kind of broke this into 3 parts because some of you are brand new EMDs, and you might have group volume that's only, $1,000. You just got to EMD this last month, up to about 2,500. And then we have some that have been here a while and they're sort of stuck in the 25 to 4,000 range. And then there's many of you that are up in the 4,000, just short of 5,400, that just need that little bit of push to get you to that next level. So we're going to talk first about those that just got here into the 1,000 to 2,500 range. Really, your focus 100% for the next 2 weeks should be on enrolling people. You just need more distributors and preferred customers on your team. You just need more. It's a simple statistics thing. So I'm going to tell you, have an open house and invite your team to participate with you. One event can get you several people on your team that are at the RMD level. I mean, when we're showing these products to people, we're having 10, 15, 20 people sign up at open houses. So it's very powerful, 2 to 4 hours. Just pop in an open house and invite people to come. The other thing is making those phone calls. If you are legitimately making 5 phone calls a day, contacting people, or if you're running into people, this is very, very, very powerful to talk to people about joining. Share your favorite products. Put them out on Facebook, stuff that you're enjoying right now. Share them as you meet people face-to-face. Invite people to those 20-20-20 calls that Andrea and I are doing. Tomorrow is the next one. Please, please, please get people on that call, and they will be joining your team. So we are doing those for you to help you build your team. So all you have to do is invite them, 20 minutes of their life. They're going to get the information, and it could change things for them incredibly. And then this is one of the biggest action steps for you guys to do because you are leaders right now. Contact everyone on your team and ask them for the commitment to grow their business, and then invite them to join these call series so they can promote. It's really important that you call every single person in your downline. We have so many girls that jumped on for the $10 and don't know what the heck they're doing. I mean, we're all at a race right now. We seem to be running, and we need to take a break and calm down and talk to these people and just explain to them step by step what they need to do, because everybody's in the same, we're all running in circles trying to figure out what the next step is. And I really, really, really want us to slow down and know that it's really, really simple. We need to get our volume in. We need to help them get their volume up so that they promote. And we're going to see incredible growth because we have it's amazing the amount of people. We are well over 1,000 people on our team right now. And I'll share with you the numbers. We had $62,000 in volume last month. Quite honestly, that is pathetic. I mean, not to be mean, but with 1,000 people on our team, you can tell there's just a lot of people that don't know what they're doing. I was shocked when I saw that and thought, oh my gosh, in Creative Memories you could have 60 people on your team and have $60,000 in volume in the month because everybody was ordering and excited about the products and using the products and sharing the products. And right now we have 1,000 people that are staring at their screens going, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to order it. I want to use it. I want to see it, but I don't know what to do. So we got to get on the phone and call those people and share what to do. So the second thing is if you are in the section where the group volume in your team is somewhere between 2,500 and 4,000, a really quick way to get your volume up is to get some CEOs, either new CEOs or people on your team that upgrade to the CEO kit. And the fastest way to do this, obviously, is to give us that same phone call to the people, and when you're talking to them, discuss the benefits of being a CEO. I put out a flyer with some sample ordering things that you could show somebody if you wanted to do the CEO. Here's what you could get with your points. So you can share that with them. Let them see that they can get so many products with that CEO pack that it's more beneficial to do that than to just order those things outright. Again, at that open house, if you're having an open house, have a little display set up, center stage, saying, hey, if you're thinking about joining us, and you want to make some money and you want to be a business builder, go for the CEO kit. This is what you can get in it, and this is the benefit. You make more money in the long term. Everybody that joins your team as a CEO, you're going to get a chunk of bonus money that comes in and really have that thing center stage. One thing, too, that you might do is offer an incentive to everybody on your team that upgrades to a CEO in May. I know Jeanette Bianchi had some great luck. She's been doing incentives every month with her team, and it's really been paying off for her. So we can have her give some different ideas on our Facebook page if you guys are interested in that, of some of the things that she's been doing. But you don't need to break the bank, but you can offer some great incentives for people, like put them into a raffle or something if they join as a CEO. Maybe even have a special event at your house where you invite all the CEOs over for the month and pamper them, have some dessert and a crop time for them, or something where they feel special as they become a CEO in May. And then finally, if you are somebody who is right on the cusp, you're so close, you're somewhere between 4,000 and 5,400 in your group volume, really, if you rally your team, I have seen some just incredible things with team spirit. And I'm 100% believe that you get team spirit going in your team and everybody's going to want to help. So when you're doing those calls, make sure that they're on an auto ship or a club, that every single person's ordering. Invite your team to that open house so that they can invite some customers. And make sure you're sharing your goals with them, because like I said, that team spirit, there's a lot of power in that. Let them know, oh my goodness, I am at 5,000 in group volume. We're at 5,000 in group volume with just $400 more in orders. We can become an SEMD team. Who can help me get to $400? There's so many of you that are so close, and I really, really believe that your teams would absolutely say, okay, if you teach me how to do an auto ship, I'll put in a $50 auto ship. I've been wanting a cover set and pages anyways, so help me do that, and I'll put $50 towards that $400 that you're missing. Again, you can offer an incentive to everybody that adds somebody new to the team in May. So maybe do a raffle for something, some botanical spa products or a foundation, or, there's just so many fun things that you can do out there to incent these girls to place an order. So after you get all this stuff down, the question that keeps coming up is, what do I do about placement? And I'm not going to talk much on this about placement. I'm just going to give you a couple of the guidelines for it and tell you that you need to really talk to your upline or your sponsor about that, because there's a lot of different theories and strategies and all sorts of different ways that you can do this. The most important thing to remember is that you have 60 days only to place a new distributor on your team. And you can put them anywhere in your downline. It doesn't have to be you just place them in your second line. You can place them in your third, your fourth, or fifth line. Of course, once you place them out of your third line, they no longer count in your group volume. So be careful for that, because remember, your group volume, the 5,400, is only in your first 3 levels. So if you place somebody further down, that can impact you. If you move a person that has a team, the team moves with them. So know that that happens. And know that you remain the enroller, and the person you place always still counts for your bonuses, even if you move them. So when we talked about the car bonus, when you need to have those 12 personally enrolled IMDs, even if they move out of your first line, they still count as an IMD. And if you're somebody right now that doesn't at least have 4 people in your first line, you shouldn't even be thinking about placement. Truly, if you don't have about 6 or 8 people in your first line, placement is nothing you even need to worry or consider or think about. Placement comes into action, really, when you start recruiting 10, 12, 14 people, and oh my gosh, if I move some of these people, I can have some RMDs really quickly on my team. So if you have 4 or 5 people in your first line, don't even worry about placement. If you are that person that has 6, 7, 10 people in your first line right now, talk to your sponsor, and we can talk strategy. And if your sponsor is unclear, then contact me. I'm happy to talk strategy for different ways that you can get the placement to work for you. Okay, so we're going to have some deadlines for you, and this is where we're going to hold you accountable. So here are your deadlines. And the reason that we pushed these up a little earlier in May is because some of you might know that anything that you do in Heritage Makers doesn't push over into the longevity system until, they say 24, sometimes 48 hours. If it's a weekend, it's going to be 3 days. Doesn't push over into the longevity systems. So if you want to see your rank promotion and you want to know that it's in there, these are some dates to know that it's going to push over in time. So get your personal qualifying volume in by May 23rd, because nothing is going to show up as far as your promotion if you don't at least have that in. The second thing is to work with those RMDs, because you need to get them to RMD level and get them there by May 26th, and then you have a couple days left to work on getting that volume up. So by May 28th, if you have your volume up, by the 30th, you should see that push over into the longevity systems. So that's it. 3 action steps, 3 deadlines. Personal purchase requirement, 3 RMDs on your team, and your group volume up. So my question for you is, are you next? Are you the next SEMD that's going to be on the team broom? I hope you guys all are. I hope we have everybody on this call that pops up to that level. So I'm going to open it up for questions now. I don't know, Andrea, if anybody wrote anything in there. If not, I can unmute anybody right now. There's not a lot of us on the call, so I'm happy to unmute anybody. If you just type in if you have a question, we're happy to answer.
I have 2 questions, Anna.
Okay.
One of them I think could be a quick answer. They asked if you could please explain preferred customer, and I know this is a confusing point for a lot of people.
Yep, I'd love to do that because I think there's a lot of confusion about this. So longevity has a preferred customer level. Heritage Makers never had that. And honestly, I didn't even know about it until I went to Jeanette Bianchi's event, and it was March 1st before I even knew that there was such a thing. So what the preferred customer is in longevity is somebody who does not want to be a distributor. They still can get the wholesale pricing on all of the longevity products, and they don't have to pay the $10. They become a preferred customer, and they receive the 30% discount. So, of course, that leads everybody to go, oh, my goodness, why would anybody pay the $10? They can get everything for 30% off for doing nothing. Well, yes, except the very, very best discount that you can get, first of all, you can't get any discount on the Gold Club in Heritage Makers if you don't pay the $10. So if they ever want to do anything with digital, they're missing out if they're not a distributor on that. But the second thing is, none of those people are ever going to make anything on the people that join underneath them. And everybody says when they first come in, oh, I'm just doing this for myself. There is almost nobody on our team that doesn't have somebody on their team right now. Their sister, their mom, their best friend. Everybody knows a couple people that are going to purchase these products. So you can either tell them, okay, you don't have to pay the $10, and that $20 that you could have been making every single month because longevity is going to pay you for the referral, I'm happy to take that referral fee. But if you sign up for the $10, they then will receive that money to just use to buy more stuff for themselves, even if they're not looking at it for a business. So I always lead with, the very best deal is to pay the $10 so that you have the opportunity to have a couple people ordering under you. Even if you don't want this for a business, you make $5, $10, $20 a month. And if not, then I'll take the referral fees. Absolutely, you can become a preferred customer on my team. So I hope that clears that up a little bit. Know that there's no way for them to get any discounts on digital at all if they don't pay the $10. And one last thing on that, Rhonda is working really hard with Dave Brisky in the home office to try to remove the option of being a preferred customer because it really does take away from our business. So it could be something that won't even be around in 3 to 6 months. So that's another reason why it's not something we're actively promoting, because she's really advocating to remove that from the system. All right, what else, Andrea?
Is there an easy way, really quickly, because I know we're going over on our half hour, and I know what you have to do, so I'm not sure if you want to do it. They're asking how they can check their PQV and look at their first line easily. So I don't know if you want to jump into that. Or
yeah, I can tell you really fast in order for you to, okay, I'm just going to show you really quick on my own system, just fast. You need to go to Longevity if you haven't already went to this site, and you need to log in. And you guys, I normally don't show my numbers, so pretend you're not seeing this because I hate for everybody to see stuff, but there's no other way.
Well, just do do a genealogy search, and go to a person. I mean, well, then that's kind of private, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to go to this because you don't see people's names. So this is the
Okay.
fastest way to see your own personal purchase requirement. So if you want to see what your total purchase was for the month, you look right here and it'll tell you, like I have in $445 right now. That's QV. So if I click on my personal purchase requirement, you can see, so this is my Gold Club. This is my auto ship. So I try to get close to $300 between my auto ship and my Gold Club. And then I usually leave a little bit of space because I like to do the Wednesday deals. So this was the Wednesday deal. I bought some chocolate. So that's how you can see what your personal volume, personal purchase was. So did you guys all see that? If you go to genealogy, volume totals, and then you look up yourself, so look in the month under qualifying volume, and there is your qualifying volume. And when you click it, you can see what you've ordered for the month. What else? You said there was
Okay, and then how about access to the chart? I'm not sure which chart. I asked, that was
the
Nikki who
SEMD
asked, and
chart.
I think I asked her if it was a circles chart, but she didn't answer me back. So
It's
that's,
probably the
I'm
SEMD
assuming.
chart. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is out on the website, on our Memories for Life training website, and I'll post it again today in our Facebook page so everybody can have that.
And I don't have any other questions.
Okay. So if anyone has one that they want to verbally ask, you can just raise your hand on the little thing, and I'll unmute you. And if not,
Everyone's saying thank you. They learned a lot, and yes, Missy wanted the bubble chart. So yep, that's on our Memories for Life training site, and they all learned a lot.
okay, I hope so. And listen, everybody, I'm going to redo this one on Monday because I didn't like the recording. I guarantee I'm not going to want to put this out there, especially since my slides were out of place. So thank you for being my guinea pigs for this. And I really, really am serious that we can skyrocket, you guys. We have so much potential when you think about how far we can go with who we already have in place. I honestly believe that this could be just an amazing month for us. So we're going to work with you, and we're going to get you all to SEMD this month. So thanks so much for being on the call, and talk to your uplines, your sponsors, and we'll get you that next level. Okay, thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.